Why, what's going on? It's not 8 o'clock at night. It's not even 20 after in the morning. What's going on? Happy Friday, everybody, or as my old choir teacher used to say, Happy Friday! Happy Friday! Happy Friday! Sorry, my voice has been a little shot over the last week or so bear with me. But anyway, how's everybody doing? It's only been a few hours since my last video, technically, but hey, it's technically day 5. Keeping it up. Woo! And, let's see what I want to talk about. Well, technically the weekend could start today if for whatever reason you're off, but if you're not, the weekend's only a few hours away. Let's just get through this morning and this afternoon, and then we can party on through the weekend. I'm going to celebrate the weekend by doing something I like to do. I'm actually going to be going to Outback Steakhouse for dinner tonight. Honestly, one of my New Year's resolutions was to go out more, and I really started doing that around November last year, but I kind of want to do it more, because I like doing it. I like seeing people, if I ever see anybody, that is. But one of the reasons why I'm going to Outback Steakhouse now is, and I swear I'm not going to get overly, if this is a slightly sensitive subject, I apologize greatly for it. But I'm a Catholic, and during the year we have something called Lent, which is 40 plus days of basically following any sacrifice you want to do. Like, some people give up sweets for Lent, some people try to give up swearing, some people go to church all throughout Lent, all 40 plus days. But I'm also a guy, and I'm also a carnivore, and I hate not eating meat on Fridays. So much so that I make it my business to know when Lent starts and when it ends. Which is why, if you are Catholic and you happen to be watching this, or if you worship part of the Christian faith that follows the whole no meat on Fridays thing, if you want your meat on Fridays, you got to get it now. Granted, Lent's not for another 6 weeks away, but just a fair warning, my brother and his lovely wife got engaged in summer of 2014. And no one ever thought that July 2nd of 2016 would show up, and then, actually that wasn't good. That's a little better. It came just like that. So if you think 2 years can go by fast, imagine what a mere 6 weeks will do. So from now until the Friday before Valentine's Day, you got to get your fill in the meat on Fridays. You just got to. That's why I'm going to Outback. And don't get me wrong, there are other things I like. I like seafood. I like a good cheese pizza, or a pizza with mushrooms, or peppers and onions. That's a good substitute as well. Or macaroni and cheese. I love macaroni and cheese. But there's just something about not eating meat on Fridays that makes me feel, I don't know, I can't describe it. It's just, this feels awkward or something. I don't know. Actually, speaking of awkward, Lent starts on a day called Ash Wednesday. And if you don't know what that is, basically Catholics go to church and receive ashes on our foreheads. And I say it's awkward because this year Lent starts on February 14th, Valentine's Day. That's a combination of spiritual and awkward. Just imagine, I wonder if he'll give me roses or candy. Honey, we're going to church. We're getting you ashes. Oh. But anyway, honestly, I should also get into, yes, I said I would try and make a video every day, but I didn't tell you what time I do it now, would I? Didn't say that at all. I said I would try and make a video every day. Could be at nighttime. It could be in the morning. It could be, I don't know, in the afternoon. But, you know what? 5 days straight, still going strong. I guess I could get into sort of what inspired me to do these videos. I mean, I watch people on YouTube and the internet all the time. I would also see, some of my friends and my brothers. They would make a video about something every now and again. Actually, someone who really did inspire me is actually a really wonderful guy. And honestly, one of the kindest, most caring people I've ever known. And I don't want to necessarily say his name. In fact, that's another thing I want to point out. Let me know in the comment section if you feel okay with mentioning your name on certain things. I mean, I'm going to try and, just so anyone doesn't get embarrassed. Because that's the last thing I want to do. I never want anyone to feel embarrassed. Like the other day I mentioned how, Kyle Tonetti suggested telling more about myself, which I did, and technically about the whole Catholic thing. I told myself today, a little more about myself today. But just so you know, I'm going to try and, be comfortable or try and make anyone not feel uncomfortable about if I mention your name during these videos. If I do that, it's fine. I'm going to try not to do anything in a way I'm going to try and do so in a way that wouldn't feel uncomfortable. So I'm going to try and keep any names out of it. If you want to know who I'm referring to, maybe you'll see him in the comments. Who knows? But anyway, he's one of my brothers. He's actually one of the kindest people I've ever known. In fact, he actually helped me out when I was feeling down once, and I'll never forget him for that. But one thing about him that you should know is that he loves all things Chicago, and specifically Chicago-related sports. And occasionally he used to do something about like Chicago basketball or football or anything like that, which begs the question, where you been, man? I miss you. If you're from Trinity Pawling and you're one of my brothers, you know exactly who I'm talking about. But seriously, where you been, man? I miss you. I mean, I know you've been in the I'll give you a hint of who I'm referring to. He's been on Chicago Fire once, and he had a Home Depot commercial. That's all I'm gonna say. But it begs the question, man, where you been? I miss you. Hope you're doing well. Hope Chicago's doing well. I mean, it's cold here, but you would just brush it off because you're Chicago. You're from Chicago. Plus, you're that awesome anyway. But, yeah, that's about all I gotta say. I really can't think of anything else more. One more thing to say before I go. I really do enjoy making these more and more, and I'm really glad more and more people are watching this. I'm glad more people from Horseheads who I haven't seen in years are watching this. I'm really glad to see more of my brothers are watching this. I even have technically a teacher from Trinity Pawling who technically wasn't my teacher, but I did know him and we knew each other. He's watching them too. That's awesome. So, yeah, I look forward to doing the next one on January 6th, because today's the 5th, and hey, today's day 5, still going strong. And just another friendly reminder, for those of you who are Catholics, get your fill in having meat on Fridays now. After Valentine's Day, you're not going to be able to have meat on Fridays until April 6th. Yeah. Not only is Ash Wednesday on Valentine's Day, but Easter is also April Fool's Day. This is going to be a fun year for Catholics. But at least it gets Lent over with. Anyway, I've rambled long enough. Take care.